You see it as you leave Fort Eustis, but what do you really know about what goes into it behind the scenes? One man has spent 14 years of his life making sure the U.S. Army Transportation Museum is the best it can be, and he will soon be passing the torch to a new director.
I'm that kid that's 6 years old, putting on the helmet and the toy gun and having the kids in the neighborhood follow me around. So there's no question I was going in the military, coming out of high school. The history aspect of it, again, is what drew me to the military in the first place. It always stayed as my primary interest. My hobby is now my profession, and how great is that?
The museum staff of 6 work hard to make sure every minute detail matches each gallery to make it feel like you're really there.
Our job is to teach soldiers about their history, about the Army history, and in this case, the transportation history. And as a U.S. Army museum, the vast majority of artifacts actually come from the system. And that's over decades of being in the Army as an organization and a system. A lot of our artifacts are now obsolete or no longer used, have been upgraded, or whatever the reason that the Army deems it no longer operationally required. So it becomes available, and the Army Museum system can pick it up. And the other one is to actually go out into the general public and just try to find and locate something that you might have identified as a gap in your collection.
Mr. David Hanselman knows this method all too well. Throughout the last 14 years, he's been pulling a double duty. He served in the Army National Guard, deploying overseas, all the while taking pictures and collecting artifacts to bring back with him for the museum. Seen here is an armored door blasted by an IED on one of his deployments that he knew the museum needed to show new improvements in armored technology.
Probably my biggest accomplishment that I think are the galleries in this museum. Every single gallery in this museum, we got 35,000 square feet of galleries in here, have changed in the time I've been here. We have rebuilt every gallery and every exhibit in this museum, and I've got a massive staff of 6 people. And when people come through this museum, they can't fathom how 6 people could actually do what we do here, and that's awesome. I'm just one guy out of 6 on the staff, and you know, every one of them has that same passion and that same drive, and that's what makes this place great. And you can't thank them enough for him. I can't thank them enough for him. It's very difficult to leave this place. I'm no stranger to that. In the Army, you move around a lot, you know, but I've been here 14 years, and that's unusual. Yeah, just leaving everything that you've vested 14 years into, people-wise and museum-wise, yeah, it's pretty tough.
Mr. Hanselman's legacy will always stay with the amount of hard work he's put into each gallery. I'm Senior Airman Kristina LaCoste, Fort Eustis, Virginia.